Welcome back to another HTFC video. It's your boy Paxton, and I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about my thoughts on the Premier League this season. Um, Compared to last season, to be quite honest, I do think there was not enough, head-to-head battles, real like beef between clubs. I feel like it's been pretty laid back so far. It's top of the table, it's actually kind of getting there. Not gonna lie, Arsenal and City. Love hearing Arsenal's name in the top two. If you know, you know. But yeah, a lot of clubs I feel like this season have underperformed. Liverpool sixth, Everton though they've skyrocketed. Newcastle 11th, Fulham 10th. I think they should be like 8th area. Um, Tottenham, Thomas Frank screwed them over. And when I say screw, I mean legitimately screwed. It was such a rough, I don't even know how to season for him. And I get it, it's Tottenham. They're cursed. Great players. I don't think the tactics were there. And I think that's why they're struggling this season. Their new manager, I'm not quite sure on his name, I apologize. He doesn't sound too good either. I've talked to a couple Tottenham fans. They've said, I've never heard of this dude ever in my life. Where the heck did he come from? And I'm on the same page. I hope he does wonders for their last 10 games, but it's looking unlikely that they'll get a top 10 finish unless they go on an insane winning streak, run, whatever they want to do. I just need Tottenham to get in better form. Another team that I would like to point out is Nottingham Forest, because I what did they get last season in the Premier League? Right now they are in 17th place. Last year they were 7th. They dropped to the complete opposite side of the Premier League table. And I think the main person I'm blaming this on, yeah, Sean Dyke. Um, he started the season. It was decent, but then they actually did end up selling him, or not selling him. I apologize, sacking him, I believe, and it didn't work out for them. But I still think Nottingham have an insane amount of room to move to and grow, especially Morgan Gibbs White. That guy needs to be taken care of at all costs at that club because he can do wonders for them. Their defense is solid, midfield solid. I think they could use their Chris Wood that they had last year, but still I think they have enough quality where they can make something happen. And it's very unfortunate to see them at the bottom of the table, but when you sack managers and your team kind of shifts a lot and you lose chemistry, it'll hurt. It'll hurt you for sure. Next club, Sunderland. Okay, hot take. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a hot take. They should be 7th, in my opinion. I just think they've had a rough couple of goes at different clubs. Losing 1-0 to Liverpool, 3-0 to Arsenal. Obviously, your big clubs, you're gonna get whooped when it's Arsenal. But losing 3-1 to Fulham, I don't think that should have happened at all. Sunderland are that kind of club. They, they're just the underdogs. They're gonna work no matter what, and yeah, sometimes that work doesn't get them far, but at least they're working. And I think especially against Fulham, they could have done way better. Sunderland, I think, have been underperforming a little bit. I think the key word for the season that I'm going to go with is underperformed with basically any team ever, except Everton, bro. I don't know how Everton's in ninth. And I think part of that actually could be Jack Grealish at the beginning of the season. Everyone was talking about him. He kind of did go away, I will be honest. but I feel like ever since that happened, Everton's been on an incline for sure. Um, Ndiaye, Dewsbury Hall, heck, their defense is insane. Pickford, obviously, and keep. I think Everton has what it takes to be a top 10 club. This season, especially with everyone underperforming, it's it's looking likely that they'll finish top 10, which is incredible for Everton, knowing their history. And I think it's great for them. Maybe Jack Grealish's entry kind of encouraged them to kind of just like lock in. Jack Grealish is that kind of guy where he can make an impact on the team. Next club I do want to touch on, it's obviously my club. It's Liverpool. Um, I'm not proud of this at all. It's super frustrating. Um, I think injuries have been one of the key factors to us not playing up to our potential. Frimpong, obviously, he got injured, played 5 game stretch in amazing games, and then I think he just tore his hamstring again. But I just think injuries have just attacked us and attacked us and attacked us. Alexander Isak, Frimpong, who else has gotten injured? Kanate got injured at one point. Allison was injured at one point. I just think, injuries are so unfortunate because they can happen at such bad times when you need that player the most. And sometimes you don't have coverage. And I think that's what Liverpool struggled with this season is with their injured players. They couldn't figure something out. I would love Szoboszlai at that right back though. He could be, honestly, he's single handedly carrying Liverpool at the moment. And people are actually arguing for him to be Premier League Player of the Year, which I would not be mad at. I'm not sure if he would be though. Just gonna put that out there. Ekitike, love the man. Salah underperformed again. It's the way the Premier League's kind of shifted down a level this season, in my opinion. Salah just hasn't really put up the stats that I like to see. Obviously, from last season, setting records, beating goal scoring leaders. It was insane. He's fallen off. Gravenberch, McAllister, obviously 2 workhorses in the midfield. Florian Wirtz became so active at the turn of the year, and I love to see it because I knew he was gonna fit. I knew it. Everyone doubted me, saying Wirtz hasn't gotten any GAs yet. What's going on? Just trust the process, bro. Just trust. Anyways, yeah, Liverpool just they haven't played up to their potential at all this season. They should be battling for back-to-back Premier League win. I'm very disappointed that they haven't. But moving on to Chelsea. Now I like Chelsea's odds here, making a top 4 finish. I'm not going to lie. I love João Pedro. He is class. 11 goals, 4 assists. That's incredible. For how old is he? 21 maybe? He's really freaking young. I just think it's great to see him leading Chelsea's team and attack into whatever they wanted it to be. Honestly, they've gotten super creative with lineups. Palmer on the right, obviously Neto on the left. It links up really well. I just think they need that little extra push to make it into a top 4. I believe they can do it. Yeah, I believe they'll do it. I think they'll lock in this last stretch of the season, and I genuinely like their chances. Honestly, their defense is solid. You have Chalaba in the back, underrated player this season in my opinion. Reece James, obviously captaining Chelsea, obviously one of the best right backs in Chelsea's history. Just gonna put it out there. He's putting numbers for them. It's great to see. Honestly, as much as I'm disappointed that Liverpool aren't above Chelsea, it's good to see them up there after a couple seasons of not being really in any conversations. Next club, Man United. I don't know if I even have to say anything. I think I need to just spit 5 names, 4 names: Mbuemo, Cunha, Fernandez, and Amad Diallo. I guess you could throw Casemiro in there. They have been producing for United. It crazy. They beat Arsenal. For Pete's sake, they're top of the league. That is something you don't see out of Man United that often. It is great to see Fernandez finally getting everything he wants. Now, obviously, Thomas just did a video on him wanting to leave or Manchester releasing him, and that is outrageous in my opinion. They need to keep him at all costs. He is their hidden gem. Not even hidden. He is their gem. And I think if these guys went to the Champions League, Bruno Fernandez alone could carry them to quarterfinal, semifinal. He is incredible, and I think everyone agrees. I don't think it's much of an argument. Aston Villa, obviously, easy club to kind of distinguish in the top four. Um, uh, no words, honestly, just great team. That's right, Unai Emery, obviously, brilliant coach. His tactics are incredible, and I think that's why they are a top four team. And yeah, solid players, even better tactics. I think that's what I'm gonna go with for Aston Villa. Maybe they don't have as much superstar skill or a star player. They have solid players, and sometimes that's all you need. Key ingredients for a good team: solid players, good tactics. Aston Villa is doing great this season. I think they've secured a spot in top four. Easy. Manchester City. I love the way they have been playing this season. They're on one, just to be straightforward with you. Mark Guehi, Ruben Diaz, Nunez, Rodri, Semenyo, Silva, O'Reilly, Holland, Marmoush. Marmoush hasn't been performing this season, which is very sad to see. One key player I want to point out, Semenyo. Came in, I believe, is the winter transfer window. He blew the roof off of City, and he just added to their absolute striking ability up top. It is insane. I love to see that from Semenyo making the big move from Bournemouth. It's worked out for him, and I think a lot of ways for City as well. Arsenal, obviously, first in the league. They're up by what was that? 5 points. Eze, brilliant. Gabriel, brilliant. Declan Rice, Zubamendi, brilliant. Saka, he's injured right now. Still, he's class. He's class. Now, has he been performing recently? I don't think so. But once he comes back from that injury, if I don't know if he does before the season ends, and he kind of gets going a little bit, that'll probably secure Arsenal's title. Saliba, class. This whole squad is just overall great. It's great for Arsenal and great for Arteta because he has players he can work with and actually just link right away. It works. It works for Arsenal. And I think it's great. I think they're going to take the league at this point. Past predictions I've said, City first, Arsenal second. Did I say I might have said United third, Liverpool fourth. I don't agree with that. I think Liverpool's going to get fifth. Chelsea could fall off. I'm not saying they will. Yeah, it's overall this season has really been underperformed in many ways, I think. But it's still the Premier League, so you're still going to get plenty of action. I think there's been a lot of action games. I just think it wasn't as hyped last season, or this season as it was last season. I'm sure everyone has opinions out there about why. I'm not sure. But this Premier League has been definitely underperformed by every single team except Everton and United, I guess, in that case. But I would still love to see a great ending here. Arsenal bottle it, City takes it. That would be a dream come true. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the Premier League. Let me know what you guys think about it. Uh, Comment, like, subscribe, share these videos with your friends. We'll see you later. Peace out.